Hi guys, I wanted to do an update. He's trying to stick it in me. No, tú cómetela. No. You eat it. You eat it. No, I don't quiero. Say hi. Hi. If you guys catch me looking that way, it's because I have to use my iPhone to take the video, so I keep wanting to look at me on the screen instead of looking at the video. Ma? Mom? ¿Quieres más? Más? He's just saying ma. So he's still not talking, so I want to do an update. Then, cómetelo. He was still struggles with eating, so he's doing feeding therapy. He was doing feeding therapy when he was younger, and at I think 11 months, the insurance we had ended, and we had to wait until my husband started working at a different job, and we had to wait till his insurance kicked in. So, say hi. Hi. Oh, I put the baby down. By the time my husband's new insurance kicked in, the baby was already eating a little bit better. And so I thought he was already all done with it. He was, little by little, he'd eat more. But he kind of got stuck with, just soft foods, he'll eat crunchy foods. So he'll eat macaroni, spaghetti, French fries, just things like that. And if it's crackers or cookies or Cheetos, stuff like that, he'll eat. I couldn't get him to eat anything else. I recently went in for a new feeding evaluation since he wasn't eating anything else. We're trying to grow or give him more options of foods. So he did the evaluation. They will be giving him more feeding therapy. But recently, before he even started the new feeding therapy, he just started 2 weeks ago. He is 22 months now. Before he started the new feeding therapy, he started eating corn, broccoli, bread. He recently just started chicken nuggets. He doesn't eat any meat, so just chicken nuggets was a big deal for me, a huge deal. It made me happy. And then when he started eating corn, I was even happier because I'm like, oh my gosh, I can start getting some vegetables in him. And then he loves broccoli. I am just wow. It just makes me so happy that it's not just junk. No, I'm not saying, macaroni, just at least get some vegetables in. And it was just so hard. So because of that, I do still breastfeed him. I know a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, he's almost 2, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I wanted to make sure he was getting enough nutrients in his body. Now that he's starting to eat more and I know he'll be okay, I want to go ahead and start weaning him. And that has been so hard for me. I have not been able, because it's not just feeding, but he won't sucking. I haven't been able to get him to suck from a straw, and I have tried for the longest. So even getting him to suck from a sippy cup is so hard. He'll go to do it, but he kind of and that's what they're going to work on with him at feeding therapy. He'll bite, and he'll just get some out, but it's not the same, he's not sucking. So that makes it hard for me. But hopefully with the feeding therapy and whatever they do exercises with the mouth, hopefully that helps. And I can start weaning him because I love that I got to breastfeed him. But I want to be done with it already. I'm tired. Not tired of breastfeeding. I just I don't want to breastfeed anymore. So, but I'm so happy we've been able to go this long. He is, like I said, 22 months. He's very tiny. He like petite. He's short, but I'm short. But he's probably the smallest of all my other kids. They were never this little. He's probably, he was 21 pounds. He's probably 22 pounds now. So he's very tiny, and he's gonna be 2. But that's okay. That's okay. I'm just happy that he's okay. Now, talking. He has already started speech therapy. He doesn't talk, and it's just okay. So it's so confusing because sometimes I think I see some autism. None of my other kids have autism, so at first I guess I was just worried because he's so much more behind than what my other 3 older kids were. By like 18 months, they would talk a lot. Like, I could understand a lot of what they were saying. And with Abram, he's still not talking, and sometimes he would say things, like he would repeat things or he would say things, and now he doesn't. So I guess you can call it like regression. Maybe not big, maybe not like a big amount of regression. Just a little bit. Sorry, I keep looking at him. He's like taking my shoes out of my closet. And I would like to start the process early. Like, if he does or doesn't have it, speech therapy is fine. It's not like it's gonna hurt him. And now the feeding therapist says that he seems like he might have some sensory problems, so he's also gonna be having a evaluation for occupational therapy, which actually where he goes for speech therapy, they do that, and they have already started adding some occupational with the speech therapy, so that's good. He seems to love it. It's made him a little bit more independent because he has been so attached to me, like it's crazy. He does very well there, and to be honest, it's helped a lot. Like, he's always had eye contact, but not as much as he should be having for a kid his age. So now, like, you can see a huge difference with eye contact. He's always gestured, like, so it's not that he didn't try. One of the therapists said that if he were to have autism, he would be like in the high functioning. So she says that you probably wouldn't even be able to tell that he has autism when he gets older. And then I have his other speech therapist says that she thinks he's probably just behind. He did see an ENT because when he sleeps, he snores a lot, and sometimes he'll be like, it's like he kind of wakes up, like he'll just go. So the therapists have mentioned maybe his tonsils or something else. I can't remember the name of it. So I did take him to an ENT so that he can get his throat. I know he looked in his nose. He did say that his tonsils were a little too big than what he would like for them to be for him. But he would not like to remove them because he says it's a very, I guess, he said something about 90% risk. So it's like something, I don't know if it's because they put them to sleep, maybe, I don't know. Obviously I would even have to do research on it. It's not something that I'm thinking about doing or anything like that. So, first he has a hearing test, but to be honest, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with his hearing. Before, when you would call his name, sometimes he would not even look. Now, since speech therapy has started, if I call his name, he'll look. He does have those times where he doesn't. So again, he's young, and sometimes he's like playing with something or interested in something, so it's hard to tell. He also will be doing a sleep study, just because the ENT wants to see how he's sleeping. I know if the tonsils are too big, it blocks the airway and things like that. The therapist was telling me that there was a 5-year-old boy who was behind a lot, and like he just wasn't talking or anything. And finally, they did a sleep study, and when he laid down to sleep, he was losing 70% of his oxygen. 70% of his oxygen. So that's a lot. Like, you know, and that will, you know, you're not getting enough oxygen. You're not getting enough. Apart from that, you're not getting sleep. So you're tired. I guess that's his update. If you guys have any questions, please ask. If you guys have advice, please give me advice. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Bye.